Hey, what's up you guys? So today I decided that I'm going to be doing another sit down video just to chat with you guys, since I know you guys liked my last video, my top 10 secrets. What did I call it? My top 10 tips and tricks on how to save money. Whatever I called it. I know you guys liked it, so I wanted to give you guys some more content like that, and I have a lot lined up actually. So if you guys are interested in that kind of content, please make sure to go ahead and subscribe down below. And without further ado, let's just get into it. So today I wanted to talk about all of the really embarrassing, or what would be embarrassing for some people, but for me it's very normal, but all the embarrassing things that I do to save money. And this is a lot of how I was raised. So hold on a second. I think the camera is a little... Okay. I don't know, it might be a little crooked, but it's fine. So I have a list on my phone again. So let me just check it out here. So I'm gonna give you guys all of the secrets that I can think of. I'm sure there's probably more because I am a money saving queen. I've been doing it my whole life. I learned from the best, my mother. And yeah, if you guys haven't checked out my last video, go ahead and check it out. I'm gonna link it here. And I'll also put the link down in the description below. So my first embarrassing thing that I do, there's a lot, so I'm just gonna kind of run through them. I'm super conscious about the amount of toilet paper that I use. So if I'm at home, I am using between 2 to 3 squares of toilet paper every time I go. Number 1, number 2, more obviously, but I am very, very conscious of that because I just feel like it's so typical of women, especially because we obviously wipe with toilet paper every time we go to the bathroom, and we're just so used to pulling on the toilet paper, a whole bunch coming out into our hand and having a big wad of toilet paper that we use. And it's just not necessary. Like, majority of the time, if you have good toilet paper, then you shouldn't need to use that much. But if you have lower quality toilet paper, you will need a few more squares, and that's fine. But just kind of get a feel for what amount is right for the quality of toilet paper that you have, and don't overdo it because we don't realize that we're literally throwing our money down the toilet with that. The other thing that I do, not so embarrassing, but I always do like a fridge clean out. So I make sure that I'm eating what I have in the fridge before I buy other things. So I am a little bit guilty of, if I see something on sale or something that I really like that, you know, I know that we need, I will go ahead and grab it if I'm out. But majority of the time I've been doing a lot of ordering online for my groceries, and I just don't see the need in ordering unless I've eaten everything in my fridge. So I make sure that I eat everything. I even try to go into the freezer and eat the leftovers, and you know, or I save those for a rainy day, whatever I'm feeling. But I'm almost always eating everything in my fridge before I get anything new, especially everything fresh. So I do not buy any other fruits or vegetables unless it's for a specific recipe that I'm making, unless I've eaten everything in my fridge. So this, I'm like super, I don't want to say guilty because it's not a negative thing, but even if we're out, I will always take whatever I didn't eat home. So if it's even just a small bite, it could be a bite like that big of a sandwich, like it doesn't matter to me. And the same thing for here as well. So if I didn't finish something, for instance, yesterday I made vegan omelets for my boyfriend and I, but it was really big for me and I didn't finish all of mine. So I had a little over half left, and I just put it in the fridge, and my boyfriend ate it earlier today. So we never let anything like that go to waste again. Even if it's 2 bites of a salad, we always save it. Even if it's like a dressing or tahina or whatever it is, we always save it, and we always make sure that we eat it because no need to waste food. Okay, so this is something that I've been doing for a very long time because it's something that my mom always did. But just recently was brought to my attention by my boyfriend's mom that it might not be so normal. So when I go to a restaurant and we have any meal, I always ask for extra napkins, and anything that we haven't used, I always take home. I never leave the napkins there because the majority of the time they throw them away anyways. So I figured might as well take them. I will always take all of the extra napkins. In Israel specifically, I don't remember this a lot in the States, but in Israel specifically, we always get these little packaged wet wipes that you get at the end of your meal. And you know, obviously it's used to wipe your hands. So even if I feel like I'm not going to use it, I will still take it, I will put it in my bag, and I will use it for something else. If I need to clean something, if I got something on my shirt and I need to wipe it, if my hands are sticky, I'm out eating a piece of fruit outside, wipe my hands off then. I'll just use it for the time that I can't get to wash my hands. So at a restaurant, I can go and I can wash my hands if they're dirty. But if I'm out, if I'm camping, if I'm traveling in the car, whatever it is, I always make sure to take some of those with me. Okay, so this might be embarrassing for some people, but I just do not care. If I walk into a restaurant and I am unaware of how expensive it is, for instance, I had reserved a table at a new vegan restaurant in Tel Aviv, and I was so excited to go. And when we got there, they told us that there was only a tasting menu and it was very small and you will not be full from it. And it's like over $100 per person. And we both looked at each other and we were like, we're never gonna spend $200 or $300 on a tasting menu. Like, we're hungry, we wanna eat. And we had those reservations for over 2 weeks. And I said to them, listen, I'm really sorry. I did not realize that you guys don't have any actual proper meals. So we just left. And for me, that is the best way. I will not sit because I feel uncomfortable to leave. I will just leave because what's the point in having a meal that you don't want to pay for, especially that expensive? That was crazy. I was like, so growing up with a stockpile of things like shampoo and conditioner and Q-tips and tampons and razors and shaving cream and toothpaste and toothbrushes and any type of hair and bath accessories I grew up with, I have a really hard time paying for now that I'm in another country and I don't have those luxuries anymore. So for things like Q-tips specifically, I will get a whole bunch whenever I go home in the States from my parents. And usually it will last me until the next time I go home. But if for any reason it doesn't, I'll make my boyfriend get them from his parents. Yeah, but he really doesn't like doing that because he didn't grow up like I did. So recently I had asked him to get some extra Q-tips. And usually he'll just bring, you know, a handful in a bag and we'll use those. And he actually went out and bought them. And I was like, why did you buy them? And he's like, because you asked me for them. I'm like, yeah, but I asked you for them because I thought you would bring them from your parents' house. Like, what do you mean? Why would you buy them? And he's like, well, Sam, my parents are not like your parents. And that was kind of like, what? Like, your parents don't have a stockpile of things? Yeah, I know. I should already know that it's very unrealistic for people to have stockpiles of things, especially in Israel, but it's just something that's really hard for me to understand, I guess. So paying for a toothbrush, it irks me to no end to pay for a toothbrush. There's been times where we've traveled and forgotten a toothbrush and I'm like, I'm not paying that much for a toothbrush, but obviously I need to because I'm not going to go without brushing my teeth. But it's just so frustrating. It hits me so hard because I know that my mom has a box of like 100 toothbrushes at home. So yes, I do get toothbrushes and toothpaste and everything when I go home, but it's just really hard for me whenever I run out and I need to spend it on myself. Okay, another thing that I consider very smart actually is I will go home to the States and I will take a completely empty suitcase. So I'm never ever ever going with any of my clothes or anything. I will take a completely empty suitcase. I will wear whatever I have at home and I will stock up on all of the stuff that my mom has at home for me to bring back to Israel. So things like toothbrushes, toothpaste, razors, etc. I will stock up on that whenever I go home and make sure that I'm good until at least the next year, hopefully, because I usually only see my family about once a year. Now this one, could be quite embarrassing. Whenever I was younger in the States and I would have some friends come over, I was always like so proud of our stockpile that I would always offer them like anything from our stockpile as like a free gift. And they always love that. All of my friends, they know my mom is like this stockpile queen, and my closest friends still get a box of stuff every time they stop and see my parents, even if I'm not there. So it's definitely something that I always loved doing because I loved giving gifts when I was younger, and I still do, of course, but nothing is better than giving a free gift. Okay, so this is a little bit excessive, and I think I would probably still do it now just because I would give it away to someone, but I used to buy things that I had coupons for just because it would be free. So this was at Walmart actually. They don't do this anymore. They've gotten much smarter in the recent years. I used to actually get money back for my purchases sometimes if the coupon was over the amount that the item was, and it would always build up, and all of that extra money would either be given to me in cash or I could use it towards other items. Okay, so this is something that I learned from my mom at a very young age. If it says it's on sale and it's not actually on sale, it rings up full price, we are putting that back without a question. It doesn't even matter if we need it. Like, that's just how my mom was. If it was not on sale, we were putting it back because we were so angry that it was mislabeled, or that we thought it was on sale and it's not on sale, or that they labeled it on sale and they won't give it to us on sale like they should, as false advertising would be in the States. So we would always put it back. My mom was not shy at all, and that is definitely where I got it from. Another thing that I got from my mom is every time I'm leaving a store, I will go over every single item on my receipt before actually leaving the vicinity of the store, because there's a lot of mistakes that happen, and I always double check, because the last thing that you want to do is get home, double check, see that they've missed a coupon or missed an item, or an item was marked on sale or an item was marked full price and it was supposed to be on sale, and you get all the way home and you're like, I have to go back for like $3. But my mom would go back for that $3. My mom did not care. She would waste the money in gas and she would go back for the $3 because she was, and still is, what am I saying, was because my mom is super hardcore about saving money. Super hardcore. This is something that I got from my dad, okay? This is actually something that my mom never even really thought about, but because my dad always handles the bills, he was always in control of knowing how much we spend on electric and gas and things like that. So when it came to using anything electric, my dad used to go around and pull out everything. Actually, I'm sure he still does because I don't live there anymore, but he pulls out everything from the outlet because he believes that it's still emitting electricity when it's plugged in. So things like the microwave, he will unplug because there's a clock on the microwave, and he's like, no, there is electric coming out of that. Like, we need to cut all of the electric costs down. And he changed all of the light bulbs to energy saving light bulbs. My dad was really into saving money on electric because he didn't have a lot of things to save money on, but that one thing specifically he went super hard on. So in the States and in Israel, if a friend wants to go out and eat, I will always recommend a place that I either have a coupon for, or that has a sale going on, or maybe a happy hour, something like that, that I know that I'm going to get a discount. I will never just say, let's go to this random place and hope for the best. That's just not my MO. This one's actually quite funny. So I used to take Nespresso capsules home with me from my work and give them to my boyfriend. So I would act as though I'm drinking them at work, and I would take them and I would put them in my bag, and I would take them home to my boyfriend and give them to him instead, because I didn't want him to have to pay for it. So cheap. Okay, this one is something that I got from my grandma because she's the real OG of saving money. We used to go out to eat and she would ask for a glass of ice water, and then she would ask for lemon, because water with lemon. And then she would take sweet and low or sugar, whatever we had sweetener on the table, and she would put it into her drink, and she'd be like, look guys, like, I'm making lemonade for free. And I'm like, that is genius. That is actually genius. So instead of buying lemonade, my grandma would get an ice water for free, a lemon for free, and use the sweetener packets for free and have a free lemonade. Yeah, get you some free lemonade. So I don't want to call my friend out or anything, but she knows who she is. We used to go around to the guys at the club and we would look to see what they're drinking and to see if they have bottle service and if they were ordering food. So we would always hang around the guys that were ordering food or had bottle service because we knew that they had a little bit of extra money or they didn't care about spending their money. So we would hang around them and then they would give us free shots and free food, and we're all about that free life. So yeah, that is all of the embarrassing things that I do to save money. And I'm sure that there's so many more things, and I'm sure that I'll do a part 2 of this video if you guys like it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys want to see any more videos like this from me, or you have any other video ideas, please leave them down in the comments below. Like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.